we do have these beautiful awards, and I do want to tell you the process of deciding on these awards. We have a Channel 18 staff, and we get together as a staff, Brooke Rolfing, Chris Bijek, and I, and we cipher through all these stories that we cover throughout the year. And of course, the main goal in all the stories we tell is to provide the viewer with the coverage that they want to see and they need to see and hear. And that's our main purpose. The awards are a bonus. I always tell my journalists the #1 rule is don't become the story, but tonight they get to break that rule and they get to become the story, so we're excited about that. And then I just think it's cool to be nominated, get a certificate, and then we just had to make some tough choices. The Fordy Awards is a fun thing, though. It's a cross between the Dundies from The Office and the Oscars, depending on how serious you want to take it. And we'll start tonight with Human Interest Feature Story, Park Hill South. All right, now we're going to bring up Schaefer Schutz, who's going to talk a little bit about a little bit about this award. Go ahead.
Well, our first human interest category is stacked this year. We have stories varying from the homecoming queen to a loyal custodian, all the way to a Park Hill South alum turned game show producer. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your nominees.
Your 2012 homecoming queen is Alyssa Bruce.
I was just stunned. She started jumping up and down. One of the first things we saw was the whole cheer team just crying and jumping up, and some of the other candidates came over and hugged her.
My first reaction was, woo!
Standing there until they finally announced that she became the homecoming queen.
We are now here with Alyssa Brubeck, our new senior homecoming queen. How do you feel about that, Alyssa?
It's pretty good. I like it.
He was high-fiving and shaking hands, and kids were jumping around to the side to get pictures with her. You could just really see the acceptance that they have for her.
Just that presence that Alyssa has here at school amongst the student body.
I kind of always knew if she was nominated, she was going to win because she's a very special person, very outgoing and kind to everyone.
At least on Friday, students managed to pick up after themselves, making it just a little bit easier on the hardworking staff members who clean the messes we create.
Tidy Friday, they could pick this place up so good, Monday through Thursday, not so good. But on Tidy Friday, even kids when it isn't their trash, they pick it up just because it's Tidy Friday. Maybe they could learn it Monday through Thursday, you need to pick up too.
They look forward to seeing this woman, Miss Sharon, beloved custodial staff member who's been working at South since the school first opened its doors back in '98. Unfortunately, this Tidy Friday will be Miss Sharon's last, as she's retiring from her long career in both the district and at South. She loves the students here almost as much as they love her. And hopefully, she will not be soon forgotten.
I love my kids here. I'm gonna miss my kids here. Isn't that right?
That's right. I won the most money by a minor in game show history on that TV show and ended up paying for college.
That means where's you are tonight's strongest link, and you go away with $157,500.
I just won $157,500, and I'm not gonna have to worry about paying for college anymore. It's taken care of right now.
Boom!
This was reality for Park Hill South 2002 graduate Wes Cobble, who now produces his own game shows in LA.
What's up, guys? So this is what you end up having, is this gigantic empty room that all turns into a game show.
When you walk in first and you see this empty room, and then you personally create this game show, and you come back and you see it all done up, and your imagination has now been brought to life.
Right.
What's your first thought?
It's a dream come true. I mean, that's what it is. You literally dream something up, and then it turns into a show, and all of a sudden, it's on. I mean, the crazy part is shooting it's one step, but then when you actually see it on TV, that's the next step. Go!
This year's Best Human Interest Story goes to Crowning Achievement. Rachel Schishler, Rachel McMillan, and Emma Frazier. Come on up, guys.
All right, well, thank thank you so much. I think first we'd all like to say that, like Mr. Ford said, it's not really about us, it's about the person that we're doing the story about. And Alyssa Brubeck is the sweetest girl you'll ever meet. She really did deserve to be homecoming queen, and I thought it was really cool to see our school come together to do that for her. So that was probably the best part of working on this story. And it was great working with you girls, too.
Hi there, I'm Rachel, along with my partners here in crime. I have Emma Frazier and Rachel Schilcher standing shot, guys. All right, I just want to say thank you to these ladies in front of everybody because they really helped me put the story together. And if Alyssa was here, I'd want to thank her personally. She was a huge part of our success and all the winning stuff that we got, all the awards that we got. So just a huge thanks to just the broadcasting program for really being here and opening up doors for us.
And I want to thank these girls for letting me participate, and my parents, because my dad actually went to the game with me when I was filming Alyssa, so thanks.
All right, we're going to do a human interest feature for Park Hill High School now. And then, congratulations, you guys can now have a seat and enjoy watching your nominations. And here is Jordan Elder from Park Hill High School, one of our hosts for this evening. I'll let her take over.
Well, as a proud Park Hill Trojan, I know most of these nominees personally, and I definitely look up to all of them, and I've seen how hard that they've worked this year. So, here they are.
3, 2, 1, and it's off to the races. A race to cure brain cancer, that is. And one person has influenced many Park Hill alumni to head for a cure.
She's a rock. She's powerful. She's full of spirit and life, and she makes me want to be a better person.
Amy's Army of Angels will do whatever it takes to keep Amy in the fight.
You know I am a fighter. I'm here again today. I'm here again today.
But how did Amy enter into a fight for her life?
3.5 years ago, I should get close to 4, had a glioblastoma brain tumor that they removed from my left frontal lobe.
Amy was bestowed with the title her army had prayed that they would hear, Survivor.
She's a miracle right now. Still with us.
We sat down with a few of Park Hill students to get their reactions on Coach Sobey's retirement.
I feel like we're losing a big part of our school. He was involved and in charge of a lot of different activities throughout the entire school year, so it'll be really different next year without him.
I've done 3 sports, so I've seen him at a bunch of sports events like cross country and swim. He's at a bunch of soccer games for girls soccer, so he's always been around when I've played sports here.
As both a trusted colleague and good friend, Dr. Kinchlow reminisced to us about the time when Coach Sobey agreed to return to Park Hill after working with the North Kansas City School District.
I called him and said, hey, I'm going to be needing a head football coach. Would you be interested in coming and filling that position? And his response was, I'd be excited to be the head football coach if it came with the head baseball coaching job. And I said, sold.
Whether you see Coach Sobey as a friend, as a colleague, or even as a stellar stepper, he will soon be missed by all. From Trojan TV News, I'm Otto Geiser, signing off.
There's a few things around the hallways that you may not have paid any attention to. These murals mean more to the school than just a decoration. We caught up with a few students to hear their thoughts about the large painting.
I noticed this one as I go down the stairs towards the freshman hallway, and I've always kind of wondered who painted them.
Well, I've seen them around, I just didn't know there was a meaning to them.
We would like to start off with the most meaningful mural.
This mural is here. It was donated by Greg Burnt's parents. Greg was killed in a car accident, a single car accident, over by Union Chapel in 1986. This particular mural is the only mural that is hanging in Park Hill High School that wasn't painted by a Park Hill graduate.
We got back with the students to hear their opinions on giving a mural as a class gift.
I don't know if I'd give a painting because nobody would really, like, they'd notice it, but they wouldn't know that it was from us or the significance of it.
I think there is because, I mean, it shows what Park Hill's like.
And the 40 goes to Chelsea Osei and Otto Geiser for Bill Sobey.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, we can go first.
Give us a speech. There we go. So.
Am I supposed to?
No, I think you're good just standing all the way. Yeah, I'll just go. All right. I just want to thank mainly Coach Sobey for allowing us to take time out of his days and interview him and get his story. Also, Dr. Kinchlow for allowing us to also get his stories about Coach Sobey. I really want to thank Chelsea because she was a big part of it. And yeah, that's it.
I'd like to thank Mr. Ford, obviously. Hannah Rayner and Kara Strickland for giving me the strength to do this package with Otto Geiser. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for this opportunity.
All right. Moving right along. Otto's the one guy I have to kind of look up to in class, but. All right. Anyways, we're ready to keep going with Best Sports Story at Park Hill High School. Now I'll introduce Sam Ernesty from Park Hill High School to introduce this award.
Where sports news has taken place, the Trojan TV sports staff has followed. From covering the boys' soccer team on a professional field to covering dancers and gymnasts on their local stages. And here are your nominees.
At Livestrong Sporting Park, the Park Hill boys soccer team against Oak Park gathered around in prayer to wish for the best of tonight's game. The Trojan fans were full of excitement, as well as offering clever signs to their fellow team.
My favorite player is easily Timmy Hay, baby. Let's go!
The Trojan boys were not letting any play stop them. Timothy Hay, Neil Sampson, Matt Russell, and Keaton Anchors were all in the know.
Our defense was top-notch. We shut down their best player and basically gave them the worst time trying to score. So both of our offense and defense did great. Trojans! Yeah!
Both teams ended the night on good terms. What a match.
On the outside, she may look like just another dance team member, but on the inside, Courtney Solis battles more than just keeping the beat.
I have beta thalassemia minor, which is a blood disease, and I have eosinophilic gastroenteritis, which is a stomach disease.
Courtney wasn't sure how this would affect her dancing.
At first I wasn't sure. I was kind of scared that it would, because I would be really sick to the point where I couldn't even get out of bed. Like, it would hurt to stand up. And so, like, for the first couple of months that I had just found out about my disease, I didn't dance that much. I would be missing dance classes a lot.
1 is equal to f of 2.
But she isn't fighting this alone. Her best friend, Courtney McShannon, has always been there for her.
We have gone to elementary school together since kindergarten. She lives in my neighborhood, and we've been really close friends since 3rd grade.
Many of you may know Ashley Moss, but not as a gymnast. Ashley Moss has been going down to KC Gym ever since she was a little girl.
Ashley got started in gymnastics as a preschooler and was involved for many years and then went on to the team.
I've been doing gymnastics for 13 years.
Even though Ashley Moss has been doing gymnastics for a very long time, she's still worried about getting hurt.
That's definitely a big fear of mine, is getting hurt, because it happens all the time. It's really hard to go through gymnastics without getting at least one injury.
Even though gymnastics may take up most of her time, she still has to flip on over and do her schoolwork.
It's definitely really hard. There's a lot of late nights, and I also have to go in early, like every day, to school to get all my stuff done, but it works out.
I think it's really a balancing act. There's a lot of balancing with studying and training and just time management, and you can see why gymnasts are so dedicated, because so much is required of them.
No matter where gymnastics will take her, she will always flip her way to victory. I'm Cody Van Hoosier from Trojan TV News, signing off.
And the Fordy Award goes to Cody Van Hoosier.
Doing my story on Ashley Moss is kind of interesting because, well, she's a character herself, and I love her to death. And she kept telling me, like, I'd do an interview over and over and over again because she couldn't stop laughing. But she was also a lot of fun to work with, and she made a really good story. And so I'd like to thank Ashley Moss for letting me actually do this on her, which kind of took a lot of convincing to do. And then also my broadcasting family, who has always been there, and we just have a lot of fun, and so thank you guys.
All right, we're going to Park Hill South for Best Sports Story. Congrats to our sports storytellers at Park Hill South. And now here's Emma Woodson with more.
A lot goes into making a memorable sports story here at Park Hill South TV, from covering an appearance from a USA softball player to keeping up with a wrestler/dirt biker, and finally touching base with an award-winning football receiver. These are the Best Sports Story nominees.
A camera crew fires up their equipment on our softball field to film a training video featuring Michelle Smith. Some of you may be asking, who is Michelle Smith?
When I was in high school, I really had a goal that I wanted to represent the United States. I wanted to wear that red, white, and blue uniform.
Michelle Smith is a two-time Olympic softball gold medalist. She played professionally in Japan for 18 years before announcing her retirement just this last year.
She has a lot of good techniques that she uses, especially her hitting drills. I've just been watching her all day, and I'm definitely going to take that back to college, and my coach is going to take it back, and we're going to incorporate that in some of our drills.
Smith won 7 MVP awards during her career in Japan. However, Coach Walker looks for much more than her pitching and hitting abilities to rub off on his team.
Determination. She didn't start pitching until she was a sophomore in high school, and just the fact that she got so good so quickly. She had to work extremely hard.
My dad just gave me a new Christmas present. It was a little bike about this big and told me to ride around my yard.
His father may have sparked an inspiration in him, but it was a dangerous one at that.
You got to use all your muscles. You got to be on top of your game. You can't make any mistakes, otherwise you might fall, break an arm, be paralyzed. I mean, you could die.
Knowing that injuries may happen, he still strives to win.
Definitely nervous. He does tons of tricks all the time, and it is definitely scary, especially when I watch people dirt bike on TV, seeing all the accidents and how they get hurt, and I just pray every time he gets on a dirt bike that it's not going to happen to him.
But which sport will be the key to his future?
I'm probably going to do both sports. Wrestling will be more of my focus. I don't know what college I'm going to go to yet. I have a couple options to choose from. And then motocross, I'll just ride on the side with my friends still.
Craig Scott has grabbed the attention of many since his sophomore year at Park Hill South.
On the football field, Craig, what separates him from the rest of the guys that we have, and from the rest of the guys that I've seen in the last 22 years, is his ability to go catch the ball.
This ability has earned him the prestigious title of the best wide receiver in Kansas City.
Football-wise, he's got a great skill set. He's got great hands, obviously, and his ability to focus in the middle of the play. The only thing he concentrates on is the football, so he's able to kind of block all the other things that are getting in the way out, which that's the reason he's as good as he is.
Craig has obvious talent, but his love for the game cannot be matched.
My favorite part about the game of football is probably just scoring a touchdown and then just having the crowd roar. Craig!
Craig had multiple options in choosing a college. So one might ask, why the Navy?
They had a lot of benefits, like they had a lot of amenities and stuff like that would benefit me after my football career and during it. So it just seemed like a good pick at the time.
Craig's career at Park Hill South will never be forgotten, and his future has everyone on campus excited.
In many ways, he's just not a college football player anymore. Army, Navy, Air Force, I watch them play football, and you have a little more pride. They represent our country. Go!
And the best sports story goes to Brittany Coffey.
Okay, first of all, I have no clue what to say. But I would love to thank Jimmy Carpenter for this, and that's who I did the story over. Basically, without him, I wouldn't have had a story. And also, I'd like to thank Mr. Ford for how many times I yelled at you. I still want to thank you, because without having it, I would not have been able to stay here late, been able to make this story, basically. So I want to thank you.
Well, I wonder if my wife can thank me, because I make her yell at me like daily. But that's actually a good segue. I'd like to thank my wife, Mrs. Ford, for the wonderful food and cooking all of it. Now we're going to get some appetite for some more sports coverage and talk about the Costas Award. It goes to our best sports anchor at Park Hill South and Park Hill. We're doing Park Hill South right now. We use him as our play-by-play announcer, sports anchor, sports everything. He even gets to use a telestrator like John Madden. And Daniel Kerwin and Austin Dorrell, I don't know if they were able to be here tonight, but they are also nominees for the Costas Award. But more on Bob Costas and the award, we will turn it over again to Emma Woodson.
Born and raised in New York, Bob Costas is a very well-known sports journalist. Having his start close to home, Costas was a play-by-play announcer for our very own Missouri Tigers basketball. Working for many different networks and announcing many different sports, Costas became known as one of the best commentators in the business. He then became the face of NBC's Sunday Night Football halftime show.
I went back, looked at some of the game film from last time, and analyzed what went well and what went wrong for these two teams.
Following a Keaton Anchors miss, South point guard Anthony Woods goes up for the rebound, already ahead of one Park Hill defender, giving the Panthers a 5-on-4 fast break. As the Trojans' D struggles to get back, Woods finds wide-open junior Peyton Meek, who speeds up the transition game by attacking the rim. Meek's going to draw in all 5 Park Hill defenders, which is going to leave Anthony Woods wide open for an easy three-pointer.
Our boys basketball team was also in action last night, taking on Kearney in the second round of the Liberty North Invitational. The game was broadcasted live on ESPN3, but our very own Zach Ricketts was there to check out the action. We picked things up in the first half as Anthony Woods sends it to Spencer Bramer, over to OG Rob Lane, and into Ryan Welty. He is a freshman, folks. Later, we see a tough drive and finish from Hudson Welty that extends the Panther lead. And finally, a nice move and drive by junior Peyton Meek to seal the game for South as they win and beat Kearney 48-33.
Thanks, guys. What's up, South? Well, as you all know, our Panther soccer boys had a big matchup at the Staley District Stadium last night against our crosstown rivals, the Park Hill Trojans. Let's take you to the highlights from that game. This was the 4th meeting between these two teams this year, this time for the district championship. Here we see Jack Suma serving a ball into Josh Hall, who finds Adam Weatherly to take a 1-0 lead. Next up, we've got Josh Hall sending in a lovely cross to Alex Weatherly, who leaves it for none other than Nairb the Bairb, who finishes it, makes it 2-0. That would prove to be enough as the Panthers became district champs last night, once again over the Park Hill Trojans. And here you see Mark DeJesus leading our soccer boys in a rousing rendition of Glory, Glory, Park Hill South.
And the Costas Award goes to Spencer Bramer.
All right. First and foremost, I just want to thank all the Broadcast One kids, really, because, I mean, every day on the show this last semester, they've pretty much got stuck with the odd jobs, the fact, like, you know, shooting with the cameras, running the teleprompter. I mean, yeah, just getting the show ready for all of us, like me, Rachel, we do the show pretty much every day this last semester. So I just want to thank them, first of all. And then I want to thank Hunter Norton for anchoring with me during that Park Hill basketball game. That was pretty sweet. We did a pretty good job with that. And I just want to thank Mr. Ford, you know, for, I mean, he just trusts me to do anything that I really want to with the show at all times.
I think the podium's okay, but it's good to know. It's good to know that the Fordy Award holds up. The new award, you know, yeah, it's good. Back in the old days at Super Glue, it wouldn't hold up very well. All right, we're gonna typically we save this award towards the end, but we're working with some of the schedules of some students that are involved in many activities tonight. So we move this kind of up in the program, but it's a really big one. It's for Best News Anchor at Park Hill High School.
Walter Cronkite was known far and wide as the most trusted man in America. He was level-headed, calm, and honest even in one of the craziest businesses you can possibly choose to work in. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and now rests here in Kansas City. All of these nominees did honest work, hit deadlines, and were audience-friendly journalists and great news anchors. And so here are your nominees.
We all have dreams, and we're all willing to fight for those dreams. But what are you willing to do? Otto Geiser and I had the opportunity to meet up with Ethan Carroll, who is an aspiring author.
We'd like to give a special shout out and congratulate seniors Lane Holmes and Michael Bidwell on their acceptance to the United States Military Academy at West Point. Great job, guys.
Attention all students, the registration deadline for the June ACT is May 3rd. There is limited seating for this test, and students will be admitted on a first-come, first-served basis, so make sure that you register now.
This year's prom theme is City Lights. This will be held Saturday, May 4th at the KCI Hotel. Tickets will be sold April 24th through May 2nd. Jostens will return after spring break on Tuesday, March 19th during lunch to deliver remaining graduation announcement orders. As Park Hill returns to normal, seniors return their focus on graduation. Seniors, make sure to stop by the library hall window and check the diploma order list to make sure your name is printed correctly. This is the way it will be printed on your diploma. If you see an error, see Ms. Siani in the office before Friday.
Chelsea, it's hard to imagine our school without Coach Sobey. This is now becoming a reality, though. Otto Geiser has more. Student Council will be hosting the Spring Blood Drive tomorrow, April 10th from 8 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. in the small gym. To sign up for an appointment to donate, please visit www.esavealifenow.org. If you haven't already heard, Park Hill's very own theater is performing the musical Sweeney Todd this week. We have a very talented cast that is full of stars. Cody Van Hooser was able to get the inside story on one of our very own performers, Sydney Benton.
And the Fordy Award goes to Paxton DeBlasi.
Well, am I head in the shot? Yeah, I'm not as tall as Otto. So. I'd like to thank everybody. Give a shout out to this guy back here, and also those two lovely ladies that were nominated with me. I remember when I don't know what grade I was in. I was a young kid, and I had gotten set up for an interview that was going to go on Channel 18, so I'm sitting there just extremely scared. Lacey at the time was our Brooke now and handed me the script, and she was like, "Hey, Paxton, I need to get ready for this. You have an interview." And so instantly my heart starts racing a little bit, and I'm ready to go. And then I was like, oh, you know, who am I doing the interview with? Why don't you brief me a little bit? And she told me that I was going to be one of the very first interviews with Mr. Justin Ford, our new broadcasting teacher. So that was way back in the day. So thanks, guys.
Paxton was in 7th grade when I came in to do that interview with him, and I haven't even taught high schools yet for the first day of school yet. And I was doing an interview with a 7th grader, and I thought, man, what's this kid going to be like by his senior year? He thinks he's going to be Walter Cronkite. But no, Paxton's been awesome, and he just, whatever you need, he's there to do it. And I'll touch on that in a little bit more because it kind of ties into our next award for Best News Story at Park Hill High School. So as I talk about each of these stories, students, please come up and get your certificate.
News is a very important part in our announcements, and we'd like to take the time to recognize those students that go out and find those great stories and find a way to deliver them in a way that speaks to everyone.
Park Hill High School has nearly 2,000 students, and one of them is an unnamed hero. A hero seeking no praise, but who may have saved a number of lives just a few weeks ago.
You did a really brave thing, and it took a lot of courage to stand up and do that for the safety of everyone here.
They might have saved some kids' lives.
Well, I just have a lot of respect for them. I mean, it took a lot of guts for them to do that, and I think it was the right thing to do.
In a sea of students, one individual came forward. But what led that individual to take action?
Shortly after 4th block ended today, school officials were informed that a student had a gun in the school. The school officials took immediate action.
Praise for this hero is not only coming from the student body, but they have also gained recognition from various members of the community.
Unsettling to have to make a report to an adult about student safety, and you're wondering, what is this the right thing to do or not the right thing to do? This student stepped up, and in fact, I got an email from one of the battalion commanders from the Kansas City Fire Department, who also had as a student at Park Hill High School, and he said that the child's courage for making that report was spot on.
It's literally where they just pull normal blood out of you. It goes in a machine. They rotate it a lot. It separates the red blood cells from the plasma and the white blood cells, and then they pump the white blood cells and the plasma back into you, so you can give twice as much blood.
Having the blood drive in school persuades students to give blood, which they might not do on their own.
They have this because, I mean, quite frankly, it's a hassle that, when you're not in the school blood drive, they email you and they call you and you have to set up an appointment and then drive there and do that and whatever, whereas here, you sign up at lunch and then come in, give blood, go back to school like your normal day. So it's just easier.
With the blood drive at Park Hill, we saved 276 lives. Great job, Park Hill. I'm Cindy Moyer with Carter Bates for Trojan TV News.
That's right, Park Hill students can now use cell phones at lunch and in the hallways.
It'll only help us, make progress, if anything. 'Cause, we're just going to get more information that way.
I can ask my friends what we did in class today if I missed that class because of an orthodontist appointment.
This new rule presents many freedoms to the student body, but they still continue to question its guidelines.
It's good that we're allowed to use them at lunch and stuff, but I think we should be able to have them out in class and be able to listen to music on them in the hallways.
Although there's many positive outlooks on this new rule, students were still able to find negative effects that it would make on Park Hill.
Playing games or texting their friends and won't be paying attention in class.
If you can't concentrate with your phone, then you're not going to get your work done, so it could negatively affect your grades.
To make the hallways more crowded, maybe if people aren't paying attention, or if people have them out in lunch, they could get stolen or something.
And the best news story goes to Paxton de Blasi.
Gonna keep it short and sweet. Thanks, everybody. It was an awesome piece to cover. I'd like to give a shout out to my brother, who was also at that practice. that we were working with the kids, and he came out and actually ran my camera for the interviews. We didn't have a tripod because the one that we had was checked out, so that was not going to fly, so we set it up on a chair stacked on top of another chair to try to get a steady shot. But it all worked out in the end, and thanks.
Okay. Did this thing well. It was the job of the student journalist to tell the story, to shed light on the issue to students and staff, and we did a story on how social media affected that, and Rachel Schisler and Tess Jordan are nominees for Best News Story for the lockdown. Okay, and now here's Nikki Santana to tell you more.
Some of South's more memorable moments include the lockdown and how PHS TV covered it, the 2012 election and how the youth played a role, and finally the adventure of just getting out of the parking lot. Here are your nominees for Best News Story.
Well, there has been a total of 7 hit and runs involving Park Hill South students on school grounds. That's an average of 1 accident a week since school started. And who knows how many have happened since outside of school.
Don't look now, but this might be your morning wake-up call. In the 2012-2013 school year, safe driving has been more crucial than ever.
This year there have been quite a few accidents, both on and off campus, where some have involved people leaving the scene of an accident.
It's easy to leave the scene, but it's the victim who's scarred from the experience.
After a while, it just kind of started to freak me out after I realized what happened.
That isn't really that big of a deal, you know. It's when you leave the scene of the accident that becomes a problem.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right, what happened
People
today?
need to remember that when they're in an accident, they have an obligation to stop, contact the other driver, make sure everybody's okay. If the accident is severe enough, then the police need to be notified.
The youth and America. When one hears this phrase, we think of change, of progress, and of the future. In reality, though, only 20.9% of young adults voted in the 2010 election, down 10% from the midterms in 2006. So, with November on the horizon, one has to wonder, do the youth of America care about voting?
No. No. No, I do not.
You know, I really think that to the average teenager, it's really not that big of an issue. I think not many people are really going to go out and vote when they're this age.
With these alarming answers, one has to ask, why are young people not hitting the polls?
Because I feel like our vote don't really count.
Well, there's many reasons. One is jury duty. I don't want to do that. I really don't know a lot about politics, so I don't think I have like a right to.
Aside from apathy and avoiding voter responsibilities, one of the largest roadblocks to young adult voting is the idea that one's vote doesn't count.
Every vote does count because it could come down to just one vote at the most basic level. But also, if everyone decided not to vote, then nobody would vote, and we would lose control of the political system.
Students stayed in the back of their classroom for about 2 hours while they waited for any information, and they used social media to connect with the outside world.
I heard there was a bomb threat. I heard there was a gunman in the school.
There was a raccoon. There were all sorts of rumors going around.
Park Hill South was put on lockdown for 2 hours due to a threatening phone call. Many students took to social media to discover the nature of the threat.
Well, I was scrolling through my Twitter feed, which probably wasn't smart because I saw so many rumors and so many people just making jokes about it. So I didn't know what to believe and I was scared. So not knowing what was going on kind of freaked me out even more.
So when does using a phone become appropriate in threatening situations?
We were all throwing out really stupid, kind of goofy theories about what was happening.
No one knew the facts. Social media posts led to false information.
After the lockdown, I was upset that my teacher took my phone away, but as I think more about it, I feel like kids were getting more upset and more worked up than they needed to get.
And the winners are Rachel Schisler and Tess Jordan.
Thanks. You can. Okay, so when the lockdown happened, it was actually really interesting. Immediately, my first reaction is, where's the camera? How can I get to the broadcast room right now? Because I knew that this was a story in the making, and Mr. Ford has taught me well to my first reaction is getting that camera. I actually ended up filming things on my cell phone, like most people actually use their cell phone to try and get all the information. And I think that's kind of where we thought of this story idea was social media. And we actually got to see that breaking news aspect that you don't always get at Park Hill South. Yeah. And it was fun working with Tess. She doesn't talk very much, except to insult me. But it's fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
We're going to, I can tell you, and Tess, she may be shy up here, but she makes everything go for us as far as behind the scenes, and she did a great job filming and being available for that story. Rachel did a great job reporting. It's tough. You don't want to see those type of stories come up. Thank goodness nothing terrible happened in that situation, but it's all how you respond and react. And when those situations, few situations happen during your high school time, how do you react as a journalist? So they did a good job with that. We had a banner year. I'm pretty much speechless. Last year I thought was going to be pretty much impossible to top. We had a tremendous talent at both schools last year, but for what Park Hill and Park Hill South did this year, it's unreal. And I just want to touch on this. We've won 8 total national awards at Park Hill South, 3 at Park Hill. That's incredible. National awards right in this room. And then the big thing is when we did well at state, everybody who sent something in at state won an award, which never happened. And then the city awards are as competitive as any stage we do, because the best schools in the country, I truly believe, are on the Missouri and Kansas side of the state line. When you combine the schools on both sides of the state line in the JMKC awards, those schools are unbelievable. And I could tell you, we had 4 straight years of a Park Hill school finishing second in the KC metro area for overall program, what they call overall sweepstakes. And every year, one of the Park Hill schools would just fall short to Blue Valley Northwest. And Blue Valley Northwest has a great program. And this year, we were all sitting in that room during the award show, and it's almost like a sporting event. There's 4 categories. There's a point system. I'm counting up the points, doing the math, and seeing where we stand as each category comes through, because you figure out if you're even going to place in the top 3 or not. And there was one category left, and it was newscast, the big one. And I counted up the points, and Blue Valley Northwest was in the lead again. And then they have a new school in Blue Valley called Blue Valley Southwest, and they're doing great things. And all of a sudden, they're in second place. Park Hill South's in third. Park Hill is not in the top 3 going into the last newscast category. And I'm thinking, man, it's just, I can't believe how competitive this is. And I did the math, and I thought, okay, Park Hill South and Park Hill have to do better than the Blue Valley schools in newscast. And Park Hill, I was doing the math, they're going to have to win the whole newscast category to leapfrog maybe an even place. Well, it came out, Blue Valley Northwest, third in newscast, second place, Park Hill South. I do the math now. I know Park Hill South's tied with Blue Valley Northwest, and it all depends on who gets first. And first comes up is Park Hill for newscast. And then I do the math, 3-way tie for first place in the KC metro area. And I thought, what are they going to do? Are they going to make everybody plaques? And we brought home first place plaques at both high schools. And I cannot believe my students, both high schools experienced that success at the same time. It's so cool. I know that they like to beat each other in things and compete with each other as rivals. And I teach at both schools, so literally on Fridays I find a telephone booth like Clark Kent and the Superman and change from purple to red halfway through the day, and then I wear purple in the morning, red in the afternoon. So I was just glad they could both enjoy that success together and really take pride in that for the district. And now we're going to play an award slideshow of everything we accomplished throughout the year, including some late-breaking national awards we won this week. And we actually went and the mayor gave us a proclamation from the city council today at City Hall. And you'll see some of those pictures. But all those awards will be posted in this slideshow. Here we go. All right, let's hear it for all of our award winners. Truly incredible. And I'm just frankly speechless at what we've done this year. And one thing I did for the first time ever, because some other great schools like Blue Valley Northwest have won in these categories, and it was time for us to compete, is I sent in submissions for the Emmy Awards, which is actually the Emmy Awards, what you think about. With all the local television stations, what they compete in, there's actually a student Emmy category. We sent in our best stuff, and we'll see how it does. But I'm really excited as the program continues to soar to new heights. Students are doing amazing things, and just proud of them. Something different that we do each year is we give out a special recognition award. I definitely can't do this alone. And there's people, really unsung heroes in the staff, that come in, step up, and help out in a big way and make a difference for students. 2 years ago, we gave out our first special recognition award to Judy Kelly. She was an administrative assistant here at Park Hill South, and she made sure we got that bulletin every day. If something changed, she walked all the way down here and gave us the breaking news, and she was just a rock star for us. And we gave her a Fordy Award just before she retired. Last year, was pretty special. Lacey McClelland, who was our Channel 18 broadcast coordinator, really just loved working with the kids, had a passion for the students when they worked Channel 18 events, and she stepped away from Channel 18 to be a stay-at-home mom. I know she just had her second child in the last few weeks, so congratulations to her, and she won the Special Recognition Award last year. And this year, that'll leave me with I'll let the Park Hill staff at Park Hill High School, we actually taped this presentation to our award for special recognition. This year went to our video technology specialist, Jason Summers, right before he left and moved to Houston. Here we go.
Jason, we want to thank you for all you've done for the Park Hill students. We'd like to present you with the first 2013 Fordy Award for special recognition. We're going to miss you.
True.
And wherever life takes you, good luck.
Well, I'm
Here's
gonna
the
miss all of you guys. I'm not one for speeches. There's reasons why I'm behind the camera, but this means a lot. You guys don't know how much this means. This will go on my desk, and how about when I get settled in down in Texas, I'll take a picture and send it back to you guys. Thank you.
All right. I emailed Jason, and like a good reporter, I'm going to stay on top of it. Still waiting for that picture he promised. And Houston, we have a problem. Jason, I'm going to stay on top of you. And he'll get this link, so he'll see this show as well, and I'm sure he'll enjoy it. I actually, that was one of my last taped trophies. I actually have one left, and I'm going to go a little off script. It's not in the prompter. It's not planned to much of an extent, except I knew I wanted to do something. I'm giving away a second special recognition award, and I'm just giving away my last Fordy Award trophy for what it's worth for nostalgia reasons. But we have a student, a former student at Park Hill South, and basically this student raised the most money in fundraising of any student that we had at both schools. And she had a life-changing experience first semester, and it ended up working out that she could graduate that semester. And what she did with all of her money was say, Mr. Ford, I want it to go to the students that are having trouble affording to go to LA on the trip. Let it go to them. And cool, awesome. And I just want to give this to her for what it's worth. So Savannah Coots, come on up.
I want to cry so bad. I remember my junior year, I came in and I was sitting right here and he was talking and he was like, a lot of you might take this class because you're interested, or you might be taking this class because it's a blow-off class. And that was me, because I was in my counselors. I was like, yes, a blow-off class. And I was kind of like, oh, maybe not. And I ended up loving it and got to meet awesome people. And so I'm really blessed. Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll keep going with the show. I know we have some big awards still left to go. And Savannah Coots was one of our major behind-the-scenes people. She produced our shows, and I'm excited to see what our show did in December that she produced. It already won a Show Me Award at State. We've sent it in for a Pacemaker Award, and might just get it this year. We find out in the fall. And there's a lot of people like Savannah that work behind the scenes that do a lot. And so what we're going to do, I thought about a good way to do this, because we don't have a lot of just videos that really showcase just what these people do, because their stuff's in everything. If you can film, your stuff's in all of these stories. If you can edit, your stuff's in all of these stories. So I'm going to say the nominees for both, and I believe Nikki's going to pass those certificates out for the Sequence Award and the B-Roll Award. And we'll start with the B-Roll Award people. These go to our best videographers. And then what we're going to do is show some of our show open, which really showcases what all these people do. I'm going to let Nikki take over and talk about this award.
Going to this school, watching the show, and being able to be a part of it and seeing how much work goes into this is what really amazes me. How we all come together to make this show happen. I think that's what it takes. That's what will take us far as life and the experience we will get from this and the people we meet and come to know. This is the Southside Scoop Show, which showcases the work of our photographers and our editors.
I'm Wes Cobble, class of 2002, a game show producer of Let's Ask America, and you're watching the Southside Scoop.
And the winner for the B-Roll Award is Brittany Coffey.
Sorry. It's so much easier to go that way. But I just want to cut this short. I just want to thank everybody, basically the whole staff that we have together. Without them, I don't think I'd be able to do what I do, because I might do a lot of the videography, but they help a lot of it with me, so thank you.
Okay, now to the editors at Park Hill South. And we had a lot of fantastic editors this year. Here are our nominees. Everything you see that Eliza's doing a great job of right now, switching the cameras, the graphics you see, the videos. These three students do this every day for our daily announcements, and they're just awesome at it, so a great job. And I'm going to turn it over to Nikki to announce the winner.
And the winner for Sequence Award is Tess Jordan.
I don't think I've edited much, except for that open you just watched. Yeah, I did that, which I stole the idea from Otto. He did in LA. I'd like to thank the Academy. Thanks.
She is so modest. Not true. Well, maybe the dubstep, but. Okay, and Tess really did. I mean, we have a crew of 6 Broadcast 2 students while I'm teaching 20 Broadcast 1 students. So those 6 kids have to run the show by themselves, basically. And it's Tess Jordan that runs the show, to be quite honest with you. And the fact that she can do that at the high school level is phenomenal. All right, so now we want to get to the behind-the-scenes people at Park Hill High School and what makes that show run. And again, editors and producers and photographers do amazing stuff. And we're going to rapid fire this one and go back to back. We're going to name all the Sequence Award nominees and all the B-Roll Award nominees. Maybe get them all in one big shot, or you guys can just take turns. And then we're going to show the open that really showcases everything they do. And congrats, guys. You guys really make everything go at Park Hill. Excellence in filming and editing, and I'll let Jordan do the rest.
The first thing you see on any new show is the open. It's quick, it's exciting, and it captures the attention of the audience. It's a pretty big part of every show, and it also showcases the best of those behind the camera and in front of the computer. The best of our film and editing crews are on display in the Trojan TV News show Open. And the B-Roll Award goes to Cody Van Hooser. And the Sequence Award goes to Otto Geiser.
I want to thank everybody that's in my broadcasting class. Mainly just because I usually don't go out and film by myself. I usually have someone go with me because I get bored on the car rides to golf or to the gymnastics arena place. And so I just want to thank everybody in my broadcasting class and also Ford for trusting me to go out and film everything. And it's a lot of fun, so thanks.
I want to thank all my fellow broadcast kids, because
Otto, we're gonna let you stand up.
You're gonna let me stand up? All right. Yes. All right. I just want to thank all of them because they really do inspire me in all my stuff. They help me if I ever need somebody to look at a shot or something or see if my sequence is working out. I can call somebody. Sometimes Cody just comes over to my house whenever I'm working on it at my own house, and he just watches stuff with me. So I also want to thank Cody too. I want to thank Mr. Ford because he does trust me to go find my own music and find all this stuff that won't be illegal, because I do use royalty-free stuff. So I just want to thank him for inspiring me with all the stuff I do. He's taught me a lot about editing and everything, and I just really want to thank him for that. And yeah.
You know, I want to briefly mention Otto says he taught me a lot of things, or I taught him a lot of things. He's actually taught me a couple things. He really has taught me a couple things about editing, whether it's in graphics or whatever. It's amazing what these students can do, and I learn something new almost every day. And Otto is one of the best editors I've ever had in class, and he's truly done phenomenal work this year, so good job. Now I'm going to give you and then Cody has really grown as one of our best photographers, and just excellent work every time he goes out filming and understanding sequences, using a tripod, editing that and putting it all together. Does a great job. And really what I like that he said, and I know Brittany said that earlier too, but these students are coming up here and thanking everybody else. The team effort of these two schools is phenomenal. The attitudes are phenomenal, which shows up because it's a lot like a sport. When you run a newscast, everybody's got to work together as a team, and they do a great job. As far as our next award, we're going to move on to the Green Screen Award, and they'll actually stand in front of the green screen to get their certificate, so it's quite fitting. But we changed it up a little bit this year. In the past, it was only for weather, but we do a lot more in front of the green screen now. We do Twitter reports. We actually have a live Twitter feed. We could throw up any hashtag deal we want and get the social media involvement in our show. And so we combine Twitter, weather, and other things. And so we're going to announce your Green Screen Award nominees for Park Hill South. And now I'll let Schaefer take it away.
Standing in front of a screen that has nothing on it and acting like you know exactly what's on it is a very tough thing to do. And these students are the best at it. And we'd like to show you a little bit about that.
Thanks for that, guys. We asked students to share their favorite memories of Miss Sharon on Twitter. Some of our favorite tweets were received from @MOrvos saying, best memory of Miss Sharon, when she brought @Lizzie Juries lost license plates into our government class. @Sam Sabaka said, when Sharon sang Neon Trees to our lunch table last year. And @S_Colleen2014 said, my favorite memory of Miss Sharon is when she sang to her mop when she was cleaning. Now, keep the tweets coming, guys. Let's send it back to you over at the news desk.
We asked students to tweet their favorite holiday traditions and hashtag PHS Holiday, and this is what they said. @TechieOverlord sent when your mom leaves and says, put the Christmas tree up. We like to think upside down. We'd like to thank @TechieOverlord for this picture. As you can see behind me, the Christmas tree is actually on the ceiling. @KristenLee15 said, the prayer before dinner on Christmas Eve is the best holiday moment ever. @McFeelingGood said, going to Iowa and building igloos with the fam, dreaming of a white Christmas in Iowa. Well, that's all I have for you in the Twitter segment. Back to you guys in the studio.
Twitter reporter Joey Pinella here, and our topic of choice this week is the Park Hill South rivalry football game. The game will be tonight at District Stadium, and you guys took to Twitter using the hashtag Park Hill versus Park Hill South. Let's see what some of you had to say. First, with the Park Hill South students, @McFeelingGood said, so ready for this game, repping that paw pride. And @McCade tweeted, can't wait to beat some Trojans tomorrow. Hashtag America. Moving on to the Park Hill side, @Kara Ray Hecker chimed in on the search for my old camo stuff for this week. Well, that's all I have for you today in the Twitter news. Now back to you guys in the studio.
The more north you go, the more snow you get. The more south you go, the less snow, which is bad news for us. Now let's go on to the actual hourly conditions. 3 o'clock today, it's not going to be snowing quite yet. Scattered showers and 43 degrees. Let's move on towards 6. We're going to see more scattered showers, 43 degrees still, not quite snow. Progressing on to 9 o'clock at night, dropping down even further, more rain and not snow yet. But here's the big whammy. Around 12 o'clock, it's going to drop significantly, all the way down to about 31 degrees, and that is when we're going to see the snow. Moving on towards 3 o'clock, we're going to see even more snow at 27 degrees, and it's going to start to freeze and solidify on the roads and the pavements, making a little slick conditions outside.
At 5 p.m., that's when it's going to start to rain at 72 degrees. And then at 10 p.m., that's when we're going to really get hit with that heavy rain, cold winds. It's not going to be fun. 65 degrees, and that's going to continue all the way until 4 a.m., where it is going to be 58 degrees. So let's take it on over to our 3-day forecast. Unfortunately, guys, it is going to keep raining all week. Tuesday, today, high of 72, low of 46. Wednesday, a high of 46 and a low of 36. And Thursday, a high of 48, low of 34. Like I said, rainy throughout. Thankfully, April showers bring May flowers.
And the Fordy Award goes to Hunter Norton.
To all the underclass, first off, thank you, appreciate it. But to all the underclassmen that do broadcasts, I encourage any of you that want to anchor or that want to do weather or anything like that, any aspect of broadcast, to explore the green screen, because the teleprompter is the biggest crutch that people who do news have. If you can't speak off the teleprompter, you're not going to be an effective field reporter, you're not going to be able to ask people questions on the street, you're not going to be able to do anything besides read. So I encourage you to try out something new. And if you want to be adventurous and maybe increase your skills at anchoring when the teleprompter crashes, because technology problems happen all the time, or just increase your overall versatility as a reporter and as someone that does the news, try the green screen out. It'll help you overall. So thank you very much.
And we have a green screen for Park Hill, and we had a lot of talent on the green screen there as well. And we also did the Twitter reports at Park Hill and took advantage of that. I'll let Jessica take over.
Oh, from the daily weather to Twitter segments, the green screen plays a very important role in the newsroom. Before taking broadcasting, I honestly had no idea what the green screen entailed, but come to find out, it takes up one person with a lot of talent and a lot of personality, plus, of course, an interactive background, to do the job and, of course, do it well. And here are your nominees.
Current conditions are now actually pretty sunny. Let's go ahead and go into our radar map. Up here at Park Hill, 36 degrees. Down here, downtown, 38 degrees. Over in Olathe, 35. And back here at Lee Summit, 36 degrees. Let's go ahead and go into our 3-day forecast. Wednesday, it's going to be high of 53, low of 34. Thursday, a high of 47 and low of 27, partly cloudy day. As you can see, as we start heading off into our weekend, we're going to start cooling down. You might want to stay inside, button up. Friday, high of 34, low of 18. Back to you guys at the desk.
Hey guys, well, as you can see, there is a little bit of snow piling up on the sidewalks, but nothing major, especially not on the streets. But you could potentially see some slick spots on the way home, so make sure you're prepared for that. There's about half an inch of snow accumulation in the grassy areas where it's a little bit cooler, but nothing major on the roads. That does have the potential to freeze overnight, and I am predicting about an inch and a half of snowfall today and into the evening hours, so make sure you're prepared for that. All right, on to your 3-day weather forecast. Tomorrow there's a 50% chance of snow with a high of 38 and a low of 28.
We all know about the amazing lip dub that took place here at Park Hill High School. In less than 5 days, it has more than 8,000 hits. We asked you, the viewer, to tweet in at hashtag #TrojanLipDub to say what you thought about it. And these are a few things that you had to say. At GPick69 says, the guy in the Mario costume was awesome. There's no way that Park Hill South could ever top that. Hashtag Red Nation. At KHayes42 says, can't believe how great the Trojan lip dub was. And we're even getting viewers in other school districts. At JoeMichelle97 says, I think Park Hill's lip dub was legit. Oak Park needs to do it. Isn't that awesome? Great job, Park Hill.
And the winner is Paxton DeBlasi.
I'd like to thank the Academy like Tess, but I'm not going to lock on. I'd like to thank everybody out there. I'd like to thank my family. I haven't given them a shout out yet. My family that came here tonight, I'd like to thank them. I know that I wasn't born with a sister, but I got one in the long run, so thanks, Maggie. Thanks, guys.
I wanted to add, we've had tremendous talent in weather. Park Hill and Park Hill South placed in the top 3 in weather 3 years in a row. And I just received the judge feedback and it was blown away by it. She said Paxton and Hunter were basically better than the local weather reporters that she had in her area. And Hunter Norton, by the way, also received first in the nation this year. So a lot of success in this building with Paxton and Hunter. Great job, guys. Great job. Okay, and you never know with television. We call it in the business floating something in a rundown where you move something down and it's got a switch. And we sort of did that tonight when we moved up the Cronkite Award, and we brought the Costas Award for Best Sports Anchor to Park Hill back to this moment now. And so we just want to bring our best sports anchors and announcers from Park Hill High School. All right, now Jordan Elder will stop the madness. All right.
Well, I'll do my best. Bob Costas is known for many things. He's worked on just about any sport you can imagine, and he's even broadcasted from the Olympics. So without further ado, here are your Bob Costas Award nominees.
From hexagons to laces, the boys' varsity baseball team also played their rival Park Hill South. They won big with a score of 7-0. Good stuff.
What could be a main problem of their lack of offense and defense could be that all season they have been struggling with injuries.
Next up for the Trojans is the Kansas City Stampede tourney this Saturday at Hill Arena. From scoring on the court, scoring on the mat, we'd like to congratulate all the boy wrestlers going to state this week. They had an outstanding performance, bringing home the district title.
Well, you know, Thanksgiving just happened and Christmas is right around the corner. But you know what comes next?
Winter sports here at Park Hill.
Absolutely. I'm Paxton Ablasi.
And I'm Jordan Elder.
And Jordan, what do we got first up on this wonderful winter sports preview?
Goal for the Lady Trojans, courtesy of Kara Kennedy. A great shot by the Lady Trojans, and it scores back to tied.
A really big deal. Sean Hosford actually at 106 pounds beating Reisenbeckler from Jackson. Winner by fall in the state finals. There he is getting his hand raised. Great job, Sean. We're all proud of you here.
This year's cross-country team for both boys and girls is a real David and Goliath story, as they have a significantly smaller team than past years. Cody Van Hoosier and Hannah Rayner have more.
The Lady Trojans throwing it back in. Oh, and we see, and it's a goal for the Lady Trojans. Anna Courtney with an open field. She puts it in. Oh, she gets possession back, and that's a goal. That's number 2 for Anna Courtney. And a steal by number 25. Passes it off to Regina Bolin, who puts it up. Oh, and it creeps out, but it's rebound, an offensive rebound, and put in by number 32.
That was a good rebound.
And the Costas Award to goes Jordan Brown.
I'd like to thank my news team, Trojan TV News. Thank you. Ford, I'd like to thank him for letting me bring my own energy, my own creativity to the show. Also let me go over the top whenever I want to, even though he didn't always like it. But it's been a good 3 years, and I'm glad to have done it, so thank you.
This is the big one for Park Hill South, the Walter Cronkite Award for Best News Anchor and News Coverage. And so we're going to announce those people right now. I'll let Schaefer take it away.
Walter Cronkite was pretty much the original anchorman, and he was very influential. He covered the biggest stories of his generation, including the JFK assassination, when man first landed on the moon. And when he criticized the Vietnam War, President Johnson actually was quoted saying, "When I've lost Walter Cronkite, I know I've lost the American people." And the war ended shortly after. And these are the students from Park Hill South that we feel best represented Walter.
Heartwarming Spirit Week is serving as a perfect pick-me-up here at South. Today is Skittles Day, dress in bright colors. Tomorrow, wear your favorite sports team apparel. Wednesday is Nerd Day, Thursday is Hawaiian Luau Day, and Friday, wear your black and purple. Well, the talent show was last Thursday, and for those of you who didn't get to experience some true talent, no worries, we have it for you right here. Congratulations to winners in the 3 different categories: Kyle Sims in the solo performance, My Girl Taylor Lenz with Eric Norfleet for group performance, and the best overall performance goes to the well-deserved Poppin' and Lockin' duo, CJ Haltom and Jimmy Payton.
Stuco has been working hard to get the Victory Bell Tower up here at South for a while and is getting close to beginning construction. There will be many fundraisers to benefit the bell tower throughout this year. The first of these is a football raffle. All you football fans can purchase a raffle ticket for $1 to win one of 3 signed footballs by the varsity football players. The winners will be chosen October 5th during during senior night. Halftime during that game is your last chance to purchase a ticket. Environmental Club is sponsoring Project Warmth to provide blankets, coats, hats, gloves, and scarves to less fortunate in Kansas City. Remember that the deadline is today to bring in slightly used or new items to room A208. Environmental Club will be serving them to the homeless on December 10th.
While the wrestling boys may have the moves on the court, the swim girls have the moves in the water. Let's go ahead and take it on to Joey Pinella and Skylar Rolstad for more.
Well, the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department and Park Hill South are offering a $1,200 reward for any information that can lead to the arrest of the person that made the threat. If you have any information, please contact Sergeant Van Leeuwen. Environmental Club is hosting a food drive that lasts through October 31st. If your first pod collects the most cans and boxed goods, you will receive a donut party. There is a box in each pod, so make sure that you donate.
And the 40 goes to Rachel Schischler.
Well, I have been dreaming about this moment since sophomore year when I was up here hosting the awards with Emma. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to my family who's always supporting me. And Mr. Ford, you're always putting up with me. I feel like I pester you all the time. But and then a big thank you to just all of the South kids. I love working with you every day. Rachel and Spencer, we've had so much fun. I'm really gonna miss the trips that we got to go on. I'll never forget those. And I'm gonna miss anchoring with you guys every day. And I love you so much. Thank you.
I want to take a chance while I have it and thank my Broadcast One crew. If we could all give them a round of applause for putting this show together. Great job. And our two hosts, and I got to say, Schaefer Schutz from Park Hill South and Jordan Elder from Park Hill, folks, the future is really bright at both schools. They did an awesome job hosting the show tonight. And thank you to all the presenters, Nikki, Emma, I try not to forget Jessica Wooster. We had a lot of people present tonight, and if I start listing names, I'm going to forget. And Elias did a great job directing back there, and everybody on the backstage crew. Great job tonight. Thank you. And I want to just, if you give this context where we've gone to this room, this is our third straight year of producing this as a television show. And when we started our first year, we actually did the Fordy Awards in class on the last day for seniors, and it was just in a room with little DVDs, and that was it. And then it grew to the Commons area, and then it grew to this. And Kayla Schutz, I just want to point her out because she was one of my first students ever, Park Hill South. Schaefer's older sister, she's here tonight, and so it's kind of neat to see old faces, and Kayla remembers those times, and we've come a long way, but we wouldn't have been anywhere without the start of our students that got this program going, so it's great to see old faces as well tonight. And then, yes. And I think there's something else left in the show. Oh, I do want to thank one more person, and she came in because she was always doing stuff for the district, Channel 18, and running around, but she made sure she got here. It's really important for her to come here and support the students, but she's our Channel 18 coordinator. It's her first year with us, and she's just a go-getter, does whatever she can, especially with the student crews, to make sure their job is easier, and that's Brooke Rolfing. Thanks for coming. Without further ado, I think we have something else. So I'll let Schaefer and Jordan fill us in, and then I'll cue it.
Well, we'd like to congratulate all the nominees and award winners for tonight.
We're really glad you could make it, and thank you for coming. We want to give a special shout out to Mr. Ford for putting all this on.
The show is not over yet, though, however. We still have the blooper show, so stick around for that. I believe we have that right now.
Hello and welcome to the winter edition of the sports, the winter.
Hello and welcome to the Park Hill South Winter Sports Preview.
Okay, hello and welcome to the Park Hill South Sports Preview Winter Edition. I'm Rachel Schischler.
And I'm Zach Riggins. Today we start you off with a veteran team and a veteran group of players, the Park Hill South boys basketball team.
Hello and welcome to the South Side.
Thank you for that, Rachel. Well, basketball, okay.
Joey, Austin, and oh wait, that's not the right people.
let's take it on over to Skylar Rolstad, Joey Pinella, and Austin, and who? Connor! Connor Hills, Joey Pinella. I can never remember the third person. You really need to write this down, I'm serious. Joey Pinella, Skylar Rolstad, and Connor Hills have a story for us. Did you film that one?
Okay, what's up, man? Captain America here with your sports. The prompter just went out.
I'm crying.
I got any sleep last night.
Hey, Rachel, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah?
You're swimming and
No. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I used, how's that drink, Joey? How'd that go?
Pretty good.
We can hear you.
What?
We can hear you getting a drink in the back because of your mic.
Nice.
Don't do it.
Right now, it is not 49 degrees. It's actually 70 degrees. Did you put in the things? Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Lee Summit. Lee Summit. It's 70 degrees in Lee Summit. Oh, we're going to Olathe. Going to Olathe. 73 in Olathe. 73. I'm guessing, 71. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
And I'm guessing it's going to be 73 downtown. So it's looking really warm for a morning.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee, crimson
Creme brulee. And in breaking news, swag and YOLO.
So, Skylar.
That's funny.
It's like the word hype because of Bill Nye.
Gets me hype.
Gets me so hype.
I'm wild.
So hype.
World. Oh, are we on? Okay, can we go over again?
What's your commercial? Can I go? Rachel has a commercial for us today.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, we did.
We enjoyed that commercial so much.
So hype.
And birthday today go to Shannon Brooke, Alexander Campbell.
Is that a real person? Hasia.
Maymillion. I'm gonna need some help on that one.
Mammillin.
Maymillion.
Just say
Hasi hu hammer. Hey he.
Humana.
Hermers le cafe.
My beard making that weird noise.
Yep. I know who she. Who's.
How do you guys say her name?
Hasi hu.
Who's.
Husui.
Where's your favorite place to eat? A win under the lights.
I'm gonna have to go with Mickey D's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Oh, let's go. Remember.
I just died right there.
Do I jump up again, guys?
At the very end.
Are my eyes on?
Yep.
I got my eyes on. What do you say?
Hey guys, well that's all we have for you today on the Southside Scoop. I'm LeBron James.
And I'm Joey Pinella. Have a groovy day, Park Hill South.
Was that real? Because I wasn't.
I don't know.
All right. It's nice when you say very few of those bloopers were on live TV, but it used to be all live TV was our bloopers, but it's gotten better. And you can see, I think these kids have more fun on a telestrator than John Madden ever did. But now we have one more school left, and it's time to see the Park Hill bloopers.
It's winter break right around the corner. Everyone's hoping for some snow this holiday season. Let's go over to tax and
Okay.
now.
Good afternoon.
Can we start that over?
On there. What is going on?
Before you can purchase your ticket.
It's Brian's turn to talk. Park Hill PTA presents the After Prom Party 2013 for seniors and juniors.
Phi Gamma Delta at MU for males only, and 500 man of achievement at MU for males only.
You going? Oh, okay, I'm still going. May 4th and 5th from midnight to 4 a.m. So really, it's just May 5th. Tickets will be sold during lunch.
There will be a student parent info session regarding trips to Europe and China during the summer.
Off go-karts, dance central, mechanical bowl, inflatables, food and beverages, caricature artists, and more. Caricature. Hi. There it is. All right, let's take a look around town. Thanks, Jaleel. Right now at Park Hill, it's 45. Over in Olathe, 44, downtown Kansas City, 45, and 46 over in Lee Summit. 39. Tomorrow it's going to be a wonderful sunny day, a little bit chilly. High of 57, low.
Making us feel like sorry I didn't see you there, Park Hill.
You might see a little bit of snow, but nothing's going to stick. Sorry, guys. Back to you at the news desk.
How's my hair, guys?
Awful.
Scientisty?
Yeah.
There we go. Green screen, lots of green back here. This is not actually what the map looks like. This is just a wall.
We're ready for our media madness.
Clear! It's alive!
Ow.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to GQ edition of Red Nation.
Back to you.
Man, that was a lot, bro. I'm pretty hungry. Are you hungry?
Yeah, dude, let's get some food.
Let's congratulate the varsity boys track team for finishing 3rd place.
Oh, Jimmy Johns? Oh! Whoa! They're fat.
Congratulations to Kane, Ryan, Brenner, Kyle, Poodins, John Drell,
Backstroke. The quartet.
Hardman, Kenyatta, Harris.
Spit it out with some jazz.
What?
That's all we have for you. I'm Mrs. Dumpty.
And I'm Vic Abundus.
Oh yeah. See you next time, Trojans.
And that's all we have for you today. I'm Cindy Moyer.
And I'm Cody Good Van Hoosier. Good day, Park Hill.
That's that.
Well, unfortunately, that does conclude the 2013 Fordy Awards.
Thank you for coming and thank you for watching. Drive safely.